Shields up, my grossly incandescent Ironbreakers. We're Kahn here, coming at you with another episode of Ask the Kahn, where basically you guys get to ask me anything that you want, and I will do a video answering. Now, I do need to apologize to you guys because it's taken me considerably longer than I initially anticipated to put out this month's Ask the Kahn. There are a couple of reasons for that. I mean, having two kids, trying to adapt to that particular schedule is one of them, though that's not really a valid excuse. It's not like having two kids is something new for me. I've had them for quite a couple of months, but there was another situation that that took place that I will mention briefly throughout this video. Now, I'm going to be addressing some of your questions. This month, we only really had 2 questions, so I'm going to be talking about a couple of other things that are taking place behind the scenes, I guess. Some of the stuff that maybe you guys are interested in, maybe you guys are not, but I do feel like I want to give you guys more content with these videos because you are the ones that essentially are making that extra effort to support me, and therefore I just feel like I owe it to you. So, question number 1 by Mr. Soul Creek. With all this copyright bullshit going on, have you ever considered being active in politics? People like you could help clear up a lot of misconception of today's politicians and modern media. That's actually crossed my mind quite a few times, as a matter of fact. The current situation in the world, not just the world, but even, I mean, naturally the situation in the world, but also even in just my own country, has actually made me wish that I had a degree in law instead of having a degree in computer science, because when you really wanna help to make change, it does seem like you need to get into politics to actually be able to do stuff. And I just feel like I'm so, how should I put it? I just don't know anything about that particular environment at all. And that's one of the things that has made me want to have a law degree, because it's almost like I know that I'm not going to like doing it, but at least I would know enough as to how I could integrate myself in there to actually enact some change. And it's funny because sometimes I'll talk about this with my parents, and my mother's always just like, I'm not sure that would be for you. And my father is always like, well, I mean, if you ever got to a position of power, they would take you out. And he's not wrong, because usually whenever you see someone who's in politics and they're actually doing something good, someone ends up putting a bullet between their eyes. That's pretty much how those things kind of go. But it doesn't change the fact that, yes, I've definitely thought about it. It's something that I would definitely love to do. But unfortunately, it's just like I don't know how to move in the political space to be able to actually do a significant impact and do change. But it is something that I think about constantly, make no mistake. And if I could go back, I might have actually taken, some kind of a law degree or some kind of other degree that would potentially take me into politics. Because, my computer science degree, it helps me, do something that I like, but it doesn't really do as much change as I would like to make the world a better place, if that makes sense. Maybe I've gone a little bit too deep there, but that is genuinely how I feel. Another question we have from... Wait, I missed one. Oh yeah, here we go. Another question that we have from Jado. Favorite game ever played in any platform? Monster Hunter World. I mean, I play on the PlayStation 4, but that's just a super easy reply from me right now, because actually, I'll tell you more. I'll tell you what it was like before Monster Hunter World. I think that the first game that I liked so much that I would have considered to be one of my favorite games of all time was probably Diablo 2. I really, really loved Diablo 2. I played the crap out of Diablo 2. Like, I used to go to school when I was younger, when I was like, and I do mean way younger. We're talking probably like 20 plus years ago. I would go to school, and you would have your notebooks and stuff, and in some of my notebooks I would be working out builds for different characters. Like, oh dude, I'm totally gonna do a necromancer, and it's totally gonna have like max bone spirit and this other thing, and it's gonna have this amount of agility, this amount. Like, I would map that shit out while I was in classes, and that was like one of the first games that was a major addiction for me. Probably at some point in my life after that, it was World of Warcraft, because I played World of Warcraft for a long period of time exclusively. Like, no, I would play no other games. I would just play World of Warcraft. So it would probably have been Diablo 2, World of Warcraft, and then eventually when Dark Souls came along, it was Dark Souls. Demon Souls I loved before I played Dark Souls. I really loved Demon Souls. I thought it was amazing, but it didn't impress me as much as Dark Souls. And I know that some people, Demon Souls for them is number one and all of that stuff. And, that's going to vary from person to person. But Dark Souls pretty much cemented itself as my favorite game of all times up until Monster Hunter World came along. Then Monster Hunter World came along, and that became my favorite game of all times. Whatever comes next is going to struggle very much to dethrone something like Monster Hunter World, I think. I think it's going to be very hard for anything to come after that and really just like take me by storm the same way that Monster Hunter World took me by storm. Anyway, this is not really a question, but this was a request that I got on the previous Ask the Kahn video from Michael Williams. Thanks for the Ranger build. Can you link your Discord? I've now made a Discord link that you can check in the channel. So if you just go to the homepage of the channel, there's like a permanent Discord link in there. It's right next to the Twitch link for my live streams. So you can just click there, and that will give you access to the Discord. Now, another thing that I would like to talk about is I told you guys that one of the reasons why this was delayed was, scheduling and trying to work this out. But the day that I was actually going to do this video, something has happened. I don't know how many people have been following it, and I don't really want to talk too much about it because it is not a situation involving me per se. And I want to give the people that are dealing with this situation right now the privacy that they deserve, as opposed to making the fucking public spectacle out of it, as is what has happened. But something has happened with Pallytime and his girlfriend and a bunch of other hero streamers, some of who are also my personal friends, who are affected by this, like Kyberries and Miss Callisto. And like I said, I'm not going to be talking about that situation, but just know that the day that I wanted to record this particular episode of Ask the Kahn, it was the day that happened. And that also took a lot of my time because I've been privately speaking with a lot of the people involved in that situation. And that's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to make a public spectacle out of this. So, it's just a really messed up situation that has happened. And yeah. If eventually they'll want to talk about this, then I will tell you guys how I feel about it and all that stuff. But for now, that's all you need to know about that. So some of you might be curious about the Let's Play situation, because I made the whole video explaining like I can't do Let's Plays on YouTube anymore. It's just not something. It's something that I like doing. It's something that I kind of built my channel on. But unfortunately, I just can't do it anymore. And I am doing the whole thing of archiving the stuff that I do on streams. On my other channel, there is a lag between when I stream and I put it on the channel, because I just don't have as much time as I would like to really dedicate to, okay, now I'm going to download this. Now I'm going to upload it onto this channel. I'm going to do a thumbnail. I'm going to do it. It's like, it's enough. It's enough for me to try to keep up with doing videos here, dealing with my family, and trying to do live streams whenever I have a little bit of free time, that anything else that I put in the middle of there is going to be a bit of a mess. But an interesting thing happened today, because I was browsing YouTube. I tend to browse YouTube just to check to see what people are talking about. And I found a video by Jesse Cox. And that kind of like really puts this whole Let's Play situation into perspective. I don't know how many of you guys know about Jesse Cox. I've actually met him personally a couple of times. But Jesse Cox has almost 1 million subs at this point. He's got like 930,000, something like that. And he himself can't do Let's Plays anymore because it's hurting his channel. And it's probably been hurting his channel for years. It's taken him this long. And you're talking about someone who actually has a team dedicated to this shit. So he will play, he will record, and then he will actually have people that will edit this stuff for him. I'm still a one-man operation. So I still do my own recordings, my own editings, my own all of that stuff. And not even Jesse Cox can justify that stuff anymore because it's hurting his channel so much. And if you go down to his channel, you will see that a lot of his Let's Plays, particularly the long-running ones, are going to have like really crappy views. And I can guarantee you right now, that's not because people don't like watching Let's Plays anymore. That's simply because the algorithm is murdering Let's Plays. That's just the way it goes, which is it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame, but that's just the way that is going to go. And the only way that I'll be able to do it moving forward is through streams and stuff like that. And unfortunately, I can't always stream on YouTube. I wish I could. I really wish I could, but live streams do hurt the channel quite a bit, which means they have to be special events when I do live stream. And, you know, that's just the way that goes. Currently, if you guys are wondering what I've been playing in terms of video games, I'm still doing a lot of stuff with Sekiro because I want to get the Platinum Trophy on PlayStation 4. So naturally, I'm still doing that. I'm still playing it separately for the guide series, even though I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to continue the guide series because the Jozu video, goddamn, dude, I don't know what happened there. The algorithm basically took it out back behind the shed with a shotgun and pow, done. So yeah, I'm doing that. And recently I received the code for Division 2, a little bit on the late side there, but I received the code for Division 2, so I've been checking that out. And I've received a lot of requests to check out Outward, so I'm probably going to live stream that, maybe even today over on Twitch. But yeah, that's the situation with video games right now. Moving forward, I can't even remember what other video games. I mean, beyond Iceborne, which is like the biggest thing for me this year, is the Iceborne expansion to Mothana World. Beyond that, there's also Code Vein, naturally, that I want to check out at some point. They've been pretty quiet on that end, so I'm not exactly sure what's happening with Code Vein. But that is definitely something that I'll want to check out once that comes out as well. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had. In terms of questions for next month's Ask the Kahn, I think it would actually be easier if you guys just drop them on this video. I'm going to try and see if I can find a proper way to send this video to Twitch subscribers as well, so that they can also have access to it, so that we have a couple of more questions, and to make the whole thing a little bit more interesting. Hopefully you guys don't mind that. But yeah, just leave any questions that you have for the next Ask the Kahn in the comment section down below. Anything that you would like me to talk about at all. And yeah, that's been Ask the Kahn number 2. Thank you all very much for watching. You guys are awesome. And thank you very much for being grossly incandescent and for all of your support. Tip of the hat. Peace out.